This Pennsylvania Turnpike is so beautiful at this time of year. And this tour we're on is wonderful. We are going to eat some fantastic meals. I'm sure we will not be hungry at the end of this tour. We're going to visit some wonderful Amish areas, so pay close attention. And this may be an educational tour for you.
Well, good morning and goodbye. We're on our way. We're leaving Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Beautiful. We just left. We're staying at this Country Inn Suites in Lancaster, and we're on our way to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yummy, yummy for all of our tummies. Chocolate Factory. We're going to tour beautiful gardens. We're going to visit the lovely Hershey Hotel that they have there. So far, we've had a fabulous trip. The weather has been magnificent. And you want to meet my new friend here? This is my little girl, Boots. We take very good care of Boots. She's a wonderful traveler. I have some more friends. Millie, come here. Come here so they can meet my other friend. This is Millie. Are you having a good time on your trip, Millie? Mary, are you having a good time on your trip, Chris?
Very nice.
Chris, Lika, come and talk to John here and tell him what a wonderful time you're having on your trip. Hi, John.
We're having a good time. We're having breakfast. We're going someplace. I don't know where we're going to Hershey.
To Hershey. To eat lots of chocolates,
Yes,
Lika.
a lot of chocolate. Not
My favorite. She doesn't eat it, so I get to eat her share of the chocolates. Goody. Let's see. That's all I'm going to tell you now. The rest is a surprise. Follow me, and you're going to have a wonderful time. Goodbye.
Bye, John. Bye, John.
I've got a picture of you taking videos. Gary.
And then there's stuff inside there, you know.
All right.
To the Hershey Gardens.
Not again.
An English garden.
Or maybe French.
23 acres full of beautiful flowers.
It's like a Japanese garden to me.
Or Japanese, French.
No, I
English.
think. Where do you see a bridge for a Japanese garden, John? See you later.
Ah, this Japanese garden is so delightful as we stroll through. My wife Barbara really enjoys this Japanese garden.
It's really nice.
I think my wife was hoping that this Hershey Kiss
Big Hershey.
was real chocolate.
Now this one will go off.
Here, we'll get a
You
facial.
have
to walk on it, Betty.
Get a facial.
Yeah, get over here and get your facial. Because that
Isn't that
probably
something?
will be next.
Is that closed for this
Yes.
winter? Guys, look.
This time I have the rooming list.
Hey, look, guys. They have a pepper. Green peppers.
Oh, my Lord. And are they growing?
Yes, are they growing?
Oh, my Lord, look at that.
God, there's a huge one here.
Yeah, oh,
There's a big one back here.
for
Heaven.
It's in my house.
Tried every year.
I have
They never live for me.
What happens?
They die. Probably the climate.
It's the
No, but
climate.
look here.
But this is normal.
What is it?
Eucalyptus. Put your hand on it and smell.
Yeah, but it may need colder.
Put it. Oh my gosh, yeah.
It doesn't say we can't get a little.
No. Well, I'm not taking it. I'm just rubbing my fingers. Oh yeah.
Just get a
That's
little.
it.
Here. Oh,
Yeah, my purse does the same thing.
You're gonna need a bucket.
you don't have very tough.
I hope our tour group does not take all the plants out of Hershey Gardens,
Feathery.
because more people want to enjoy this.
But you just have to.
But
I'm sure you girls can have
get it too
a
bushy,
few
it's all
things,
over the place.
so take it
That's
easy.
what I was afraid.
Moo. Moo. I'm about ready for a glass. I'm ready for the Philharmonic. I think I'll call Gillum on that and tell him I'm ready to audition for a position.
Suffer and control. I think that's all Navajo. Nothing. If you're real hungry,
My wife Barbara is enjoying the serenity of Hershey Gardens. So when you come to Hershey, make sure you visit these gardens. They are very nice. Our next stop is the fantastic Hershey Hotel, which is only a stone throw away from Hershey Gardens. Here we are relaxing at the Hershey Hotel. It's very nice here. Getting a nice suntan in the middle of October. Wish you were here.
Hershey Hotel. Welcome to my home.
Barbara thought that this video shot looked very interesting on the porch of the Hershey Hotel. How's the room?
beautiful. How's the dining room? Gorgeous. Oh, man, I have to go see the dining room. It's only $38 a plate. Oh.
Besides Millie and I being beautiful flowers, look at the magnificent flowers out here. Oh my God. The view is fantastic.
As we stand on the second floor balcony of the Hershey Hotel, we are greeted by the beautiful gardens in the rear. Ah, they are so wonderful.
This is one of the Packards that was built in Warren, Ohio, the Packard Motor Company. And years later they moved it to Detroit, and then the plant that was there then became Packard Electric with General Motors making harnesses for the present day automobiles.
Our next stop is Hershey's Chocolate World, where we take a motorized tour through their display.
The blending of these ingredients is carefully monitored, and the result of the process is a mixture known as chocolate crumb. Chocolate crumb. The chocolate
Before you go, please pass your best Hershey smile.
Insurance?
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful, nostalgic can. Yeah. One for the office and one for each of the families. And I got some twisties for Angela at work because she loves these things. And I know she'll be stressed out when I get back because there's only 2 of us in the front office. So I got to treat her, so she let me come.
But don't eat your chocolate in the sun.
No.
I don't know. Is it, yeah, something can and the flowers, I want to take the flowers, they're beautiful.
Hello, all of you in Cinderella and Oakwood. It's kind of cold there today, huh? Well, here in Hershey World, it is really nice. We're on a tour, and this heated indoor pool is fantastic. I'm sorry you can't be here with us. We're having a wonderful time.
Hey, my name is Barry. And I work for Croswell Bus Line. Good bus line to work for, family owned. Out of all the different employers I've had throughout my life, they're probably the best employers.
Good morning. Here we are back in Lancaster again. It's a beautiful, glorious day. We had a wonderful breakfast. We always have a lot of wonderful food here. But we are on our way to the Amish. Well, we are in the Amish country, but in their homes where they live, we're going to have an on-guide tour taking us through their homes, through their gardens. We're going to see the way they live, what they do. We're going to have her for about an hour and a half on our motor coach. And then from there, we are going to have a wonderful lunch again. And then from there, we're going to come home and rest. We all need to rest. Then tonight we are going to go to Millie's Smorgasbord. Oh, you're going to love that place. I know John will tell you all about it while we're there. And then from there we go to see Abraham and Sarah. That is a magnificent production. That production of Noah last night, if you can imagine a theater that seats 3,000 people, there wasn't a seat available. They must have had, I would say, 100 animals, camels, Arabian horses, cows, lions. It was unbelievable what they had. Lamb, sheep, unbelievable. It was beautiful. Quite a production. It was a 3-hour production. And then what a meal we had. It was a restaurant style meal, but I don't want to sit next to John because it was home style. And John was at the front of the table and I was at the end of the table. Guess who got all the food? Poor skinny me, I didn't get any of the food. John and all of his friends kept the food there, and then I had Fiona Russell in the middle and she just held it there. Oh my God, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm the only one starving to death on this trip, but I guess.
On a farm. I noticed some aroma.
The beautiful begonias of Pennsylvania. They don't grow this big in Ohio.
Yes, and then John was down the street. We always wanted to play with John, but he didn't think we were cute.
No.
So John wouldn't play with us.
He wouldn't have a thing to do with it.
No, of course
He
not.
beat you up before he'd do anything
Oh
else.
yeah, but I beat him back, and then see, that's why he wouldn't play with me, because he knew I could beat him up.
Yeah, she took care of both of us. I wasn't
Now,
aggressive then.
I do like these, Fiona.
Yeah, aren't they pretty?
Yes, you could be a blushing
That's
new
right.
bride.
That's right.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I don't need that.
And Bart, what are you in?
24 states. They're also up in Ontario and Canada. The largest settlement is in Holmes County, Ohio. The second largest Amish in America is, of course, right here. Although we are the oldest Amish settlement, all the others originated here and then migrated out into these other 23 states. They go to the year 1525, 16th century. They are followers of a Roman Catholic priest whose name was Menno Simon. Followers of Menno Simon are people whom you know as Mennonites. There's over 1 million exhibit. We're set up today as we would be for our Sunday morning church service. The Amish moved into this house about 1850. This house was constructed in 1805, so it'll be 200 years old next summer. The barn is, when you're baptized in the Amish You must wear solid colors after that. You must have a solid colored dress. You may not wear prints or plaids. The Mennonites may wear prints and plaids, so that's another way you can tell the difference. Now, to church on Sunday, girls, would you hold up a dress with a black apron and a black kerchief there? Is there one? Anyone. If you see the kerchief on top and a black apron once you've been baptized. Before 14, you can wear any color. Turn that around if you would. Notice there are no buttons on that clothing, girls. You do not close that dress with buttons, nor do you put your kerchief or your cape on. You use straight pins. Back in Europe, 1600, they had buttons, but you know what? They were like jewelry. They were fancy. And the Amish said, that's no good. We want something plain. So they use straight pins today. Now, if you're under 14, girls, not yet baptized, you may have buttons on your clothing. But once you're baptized, then you need to go straight. Thank you very much. Now, here we are, girls. Here's your other big day. Here's your wedding dress.
Ooh. Wow.
You wear your everyday dress, but simply a white apron and a white kerchief. No $3,000 wedding gowns, girls. Your everyday dress, white apron, white kerchief. Now, that's the last time, girls, you'll be dressed in white on your wedding day. Then you'll take your white apron and your white kerchief. You will set that aside. That will become your funeral shroud. You'll be buried in white. And you guys will be buried in white in your coffins as well. Now look at this dress very closely, ladies. Notice, instead of a white prayer covering, there's a black prayer covering. When a young lady is about 16 years of age, she will change from wearing the white prayer covering to black on Sundays only. That's dating age. And she's doing a little advertising. She wants all the guys to know she's available, see? So they'll see the black hat and they know she's 16 and available. Now don't be disappointed, guys. You get something when you're 16 as well. Your dad will buy you a horse and buggy. So go look for those girls with the black hats on. Our Amish unmarrieds get together every Sunday night. We currently have about 25 different groups of Amish unmarrieds. There's about 150 in each group. They get together on Sunday night for a hymn sing and a supper. So we had, last Sunday night, we had 25 different hymn sings and suppers. A young man on Sunday night will take his sisters and his cousins to Sunday night hymn sing. And then when he gets there, he'll check out the girls with the black hats. And if he's lucky, having a good night, one of those young ladies will go home with him after hymn sing. If he's having an especially good night, his sisters and cousins will get a ride home with somebody else. He'll go back to see that young lady the following Saturday night. That's date night, but not until after dark, about 9 at night. When he'll know that Mom and Pop have gone to bed, and the couple will go into the kitchen where they do their courting. The Amish only get married in November, and they only get married on Tuesdays and Thursdays. November, the harvest is in. You can take a day off from your chores to attend that all-day social gathering. And the weddings are in the bride's parents' home. About 400 guests are invited. Well, it takes you a day to get ready for that. Monday. Get married Tuesday. And on Wednesday, you clean up afterwards. Or you get ready on Wednesday, get married Thursday, and clean up Friday. You do not get married Saturday, too close to Sunday, regular church day. Last year we had about 150 weddings in the area. The wedding lasts 4 hours, the actual service. There are 2 sermons at every wedding. Same sermon at every wedding. First sermon covers all the weddings in the Old Testament. Second sermon covers all the weddings in the New Testament. Actual exchange of wedding vows, no exchange of wedding bands. Amish women wear no jewelry, no cosmetics. They all do their hair alike. They let it grow long, part it down the middle, and draw it up in a tight bun in the back. They wear black Oxford shoes to church on Sunday. During the week, they wear athletic shoes just like we do. Probably noticed that when we stopped today. Well, after the 4-hour wedding service, you're hungry. You got to feed those wedding guests. You remember you have about 400. They usually feature at a wedding chicken. Now they'll cook 35 or 40 chickens. Then you take the chicken meat and you mix that with bread filling or bread stuffing and you roast that in the oven. It's called the wedding roast. Then with plenty of good chicken gravy, along with an alternate meat of ham or roast beef or meatloaf. We Pennsylvania Dutch eat a lot of starches in our diet. So not only will they serve boiled potatoes, they'll have mashed potatoes, they'll have sweet potatoes, they'll have buttered noodles, they'll have chicken pot pie, they'll load you up with a lot of starches. And
My name's Henry. I'm retired from farming. That's what I did.
Hang on to your hats, because this Amish fella is going to take us on one wild buggy ride. It's probably the best buggy ride I've ever had in my life. I really enjoyed it. Of course, I was afraid I was going to ruin my camera.
Come on, you guys.
But we survived it all.
Tobacco barn on the left. 2 houses on that. When he retired, he built a piece on the end. Next generation moved over on the other side. Now you see the gas tank there. See that gas tank? That's propane. Gas refrigerator, gas stove, gas hot water heater, gas heat, gas light, propane. Come along with it. All big timber white pine in here. The big one's out. That's white pine wood. The floor is red oak. Red oak, the floor, that's the original. 1800s there. Cracker barrel on the right here is 2 years old. These arches are sawed out to get it down. They're sawed out. Big piece of wood. It just moves up. It's just 43 years now. Yeah, that guy wants to go. Come on, baby! These guys are waiting here. He's good, all right, I believe. Yeah, he's top man there. Here's these buses again. Hey, Johnny,
We now start our tour of the Amish countryside.
bride. The same thing will occur when the youngest grandson gets married. So you'll have 3 generations living under one roof but in separate housekeeping units. Now here's the Fisher farm on the right, and you can see very distinctly 3 generations. You see, here's one section, then the next section, and then the grandparents. Father, son, and grandson, all living under one roof but in separate housekeeping units, handing it down from one generation to the next. Their name is Fisher. This farmland, folks, is selling between $6,500 and $12,000 an acre. That's farmland now. So a 60-acre farm, that's about a $750,000 investment there, just for the farm production. And the bishop has allowed them to hire outsiders to come in and use tractors with their automatic pickers. And we'll be able to see this beautiful Conestoga Valley in just a minute. The Amish do use all the latest advancements of agriculture. May be able to see them. There's some elk and deer down there. He's raising American elk. He sells them to a Hershey. Hershey Hotel has them on the menu at about $35 a steak. So he's making some extra money there. Amish farm on the left. Here's one of their one-room schoolhouses here on the right. Those are look there to see them out for lunch on the right playing. Those are the summer houses. Some are his, some are hers. All 8 grades, 1 room, 1 teacher. Look off to the right at about 2 o'clock. You'll see a little building there between the 2 farms in the lane. That's the telephone booth for those 2 farms. You may not have a phone in the house, but you may have a phone out on the property, you see. So they make it a little difficult to get to, but you may have a phone. This is the beautiful Conestoga Valley. Very shortly, it looks like there's a high tension wire up there, Barrett. Now, folks, as we go under this high tension wire, put your finger on the window as we go underneath and hold it there. Tell us, Barrett, when we're under then. Hold your finger there on the window. Everybody have it? There, we're under. You feel the pain? P-A-N-E, pain. Okay. So we like to respect that. Anything else you want to take a picture of, fine, but we'd rather you not take their portrait because some don't. This fact.
If you want to have peace and quiet in your life, stop at an Amish farm. There are no motors, and everything is so quiet, you can hear pins drop. It is so serene and quiet. I probably couldn't stand this very long, but right now it feels great.
Plank on the floor is screwed down to the studs.
Smart. We watch the Amish school children silhouetted in the background as they walk to school together. We take a stroll inside the barn on the Amish farm.
Straw off the floor. Hay, whatever it is.
Hi.
No, my granddad had purebred Holsteins.
I was right.
And the whole idea was to get higher butter fat, but I didn't think that they were as high in butter fat as the,
Girls, we really need to go.
the red.
And as you can see, they're almost all of the same size and height. Now there are a couple of unusual tombstones up ahead, a little fancier. Those are Mennonite people. They belong to the Myers family. This originally was a Myers family plot. The Myers were Mennonite folks. They owned this farm right ahead of us here in the left. By the way, that's the farm that was first farmed by the Myers family in 1753. And the Myers 1853 to 1996. That time they sold it to an Amish lad named Melvin Fisher, who now owns it. Back in 1976, we had the bicentennial. They counted all the farms in the United States that were in the same family for 200 years, and they found there were a little over 600 of them. And we have about 30 of them here in Lancaster. This was one of them. This was a bicentennial farm. It was held by the same family for over 200 years. Of course, they do not have electricity, so no power lines. They do not take government programs. There's only one government program they do adhere to, and that's Pennsylvania State has what they call a clean and green law. If you practice certain conservation practices, they'll give you reduced tax on your farm. So they do adhere to that. So they do that.
Look at it. Why is it?
That's enough.
Pardon me.
No, the bigger families, every day's wash day. You know. Yeah.
Time to stop for a delicious meal at Miller's Smorgasbord. Ah, I can't wait.
I have the best time today. The better problem. This side or that?
Oh, this is fabulous.
And I'm hungry again.
Will you please hurry up and take us to our seats? I am starving to death. Ah.
Oh, I tell you, there's no end. They either want interviews, autographs. I tell you, I can't enjoy anything anymore. All right, we're gonna have a wonderful meal here with my wonderful friends here, and then we're gonna go see Sarah and Abraham. Do you remember Sarah and Abraham? We used to go to school together. That was a while back, but anyway, that's where we're going, and we're looking forward to a fabulous show. Say goodnight.
We're at Miller's Smorgasbord having a seafood bisque soup that you cannot get in Centerville or Oakwood, only here. It is so good. It is delicious. I'm sorry the rest of you have to eat at the corral. Well, I have to eat this. It's really good. Oh, sorry you can't be here. Roast beef will melt in your mouth. Look at that. It's so tender. I'm sorry you can't buy that, but it is delicious. Look at this tasty shrimp. Stuff is so mouth-watering good. I think I'll try a lemon to put on my shrimp. This buffet at Miller's is delicious. You notice everything I have is low carbs. There's no fattening stuff in this plate. Sorry you aren't here to lose weight. These sauteed mushrooms are so tasty. Oh, this stuff is good. Can't buy this anywhere in Dayton. I guess there is.
Well, so far it's been a real good trip. Great eating. Very, very good food everywhere we've gone. People have been very friendly. It's been a super trip. Hershey was a good experience. Got to see the Amish countryside today, and it's just been great weather, very pleasurable trip. And as long as my bosses keep sending me to places with this kind of food, I'll always come back.
What I have to say, thank you God we're healthy enough to come to this trip, and we see a lot of interesting things. I just thank you God for that.
John, you know everything's fine, but they forgot to give us the ouzo. How are we gonna eat without ouzo tonight? That's all. The rest of them is fine.
Yes, John, I enjoyed myself very much, and I hope we do it again. I enjoyed it. Have a nice evening.
Ali is the most beautifulest person in the world to travel with. In another 10 years, she and I are going to travel around the world by boat.
Oh, she's paying for it. Did I just hear Boots say that in 10 years she and I are going to go around the world in a boat? Put it there, sweetheart. That's the deal. We're going to go. And you know what, John? Can we take John with us? Oh, we have to take John with us. Boots is 90. She said she's going to work till she's 100. When she's 100, she's going to retire and take me around the world. I can't wait. You're going to do what? Oh, I can't wait. Absolutely. And John, I'm so glad you caught. You see, I'm on a very strict diet. I'm not eating a thing. I'm so glad. But thank you. And that's all, folks.
Well, I've enjoyed the trip up to this part very much. More food than I can take care of. Had a great time. It's been a wonderful trip so far.
My name is Henry Carden. This is my lovely wife, June. This is about the third trip we've made with this group. fantastic bunch of people. We always have a great time. Good food, and lots of nice things to do.
Met some new people that we have met before, our table companions, and we're very happy to be with them.
It's wonderful, great, wonderful, and plenty of it, and more to go.
My name is Sirka, and I'll try and keep everybody happy. I have had a wonderful time. Thank you.
John, these are my two new lady friends. We've been looking for two darling fellas for them, but you know what? They're very fussy. They just have fine faults.
And they're widows, early, young widows.
Yeah, and look at how darling they are. But, you know, they want it. She didn't like the first one. She didn't like the second one. I don't know what I'm going to do with these gals, but I'm still looking.
Well, I haven't seen anyone.
You're not working hard enough.
Okay. The guy to ride through the town on the white charging horse. And a lot of money. Sir Galahad on it.
How you bothers me because I eat too much over here. I like you. Hi. I like you very much. Everybody do. I have a good time this time. I'll never forget it.
Κοίτα γαρίδες. Μόλις βγήκαν από τη θάλασσα, γαρίδες.
Not only her, look me at mine. Mine's better for her.
Here we are at Miller's, and this beef is wonderful, and the shrimp is great. And we're having a wonderful time. We're having a ball. That's about
Oh, hi, John. Aren't we having a good time? The food here is just as good as it was 3 years ago when we were here. And I'd like to come back again. Okay?
Hi, John. Food's wonderful. We went to a great play last night. Noah, it was awesome. We're having a great time. Wish you could be here.
Hi, John. Good food, good people. We're having a great time.
The food is really good here. It's a beautiful place. I'm glad we came here.
Yeah, we're really enjoying ourselves. Plenty to eat, a nice group to travel with. We're really enjoying it.
Okay, ready? Okay. We're all having a good time. We enjoyed everybody. Really nice people.
Back at Miller's, this is the third time that I've been here, and every time it's been superb.
This trip has been wonderful. Our people on the bus are so congenial. We're having so much fun on the bus, and then we get off and we see these awesome plays. It's been a great trip.
Say ditto to what Bill said, what Irene said. This is our third trip to Miller's, and each time it's like 10 pounds when we go home, extra weight, but the food is fantastic. Irene said well, I might add that the weather's been just superb, and everything else is going great. We're looking forward to the rest of our time.
This has been a very interesting trip. We've enjoyed every bit of the historical accommodations and the people that have told us about what's going on here. The food's been fantastic, the weather equally so. We feel blessed. Thank you.
Okay, I'm having an enjoyable trip with the group from Dayton, and our little host was liven things up every once in a while by saying something funny and including everybody in things that we do. And it's been fantastic. We would go again if we're asked. Hey, I'm Helen Ben from Hillsboro, Ohio, and my husband Richard. All right.
That means a lot. That means a lot, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Lauren Carnes from Hillsboro. This is my wife. We are having a real good time with the group, and having good weather too, and good entertainment.
Hi, John. Okay, wonderful time. This trip was beautiful. The shores, the food, everything. The weather. Beautiful, beautiful trip. Thank you very much for this. Okay.
Hi, we're here at Miller's Smorgasbord
and we're eating wonderful, scrumptious food and having a wonderful time in Pennsylvania. The Amish people are wonderful, and it's so interesting to see how they farm and how they conduct themselves. Just like we are, very gentlemanly and ladylike.
Amen to that. You've got to go back and try that baked cabbage. Oh, it's out of this world.
I know. Going shopping.
Wait till I get back. And you want to know who's going to fill her bag? This young lady right here.
Yes.
She's going to fill her bag. All these ladies here are going to fill their bags up. Lauren, show him your bag. It's empty now, but wait, he's going to be one-sided. He's going to be tilted over. Roberta, Dick, and Helen, they're all going to fill. Catherine and Boots there.
Can we go?
We can go. Charge! Charge. Here we are. See you.
These 3-story buildings once housed a major textile manufacturing facility employing over 20,000 people. Today, these 3-story buildings have been turned into stores. And it looks like there's many people coming to shop. So if you ever get to Reading, Pennsylvania, look for the VF Outlet buildings.
We're heading for the big dog for Catherine. Hopefully they have something different. Check the inside of your house. Seasonal decorations too. Wreaths, Halloween decorations.
It was the biggest knitting mill in the world. They made everything here. It's not only stockings, it's underwear, all 9 yards.
And when did it go out of business? Okay.
Going down? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm not sure the exact year or date, but I'd say the latter part of the 70s. And if you go over here, you'll see a visitor center.
Oh, good.
Go in there, they'll show you exactly what was made here.
Is this cute little fella elephant? It's a little individual creamer, I would say. So cute. Heavens. Here's a nice little bowl. Small, medium, large. Looking for a stainless steel cookie sheet. Maybe this is it. Cookie sheet. Those plates. Snowman, I love snowman. They're cute. It's darling. Platters. We're in Pennsylvania, Reading, Pennsylvania. The kitchen store, kitchen collection, right? Okay. $25.
Oh, zippers? Young man, you have a zipper here. You have a pocket. Put all your money in there. If you bought new shoes, stand up. Wow! Wow!
Toured the historic city of Lillits, founded in 1756.
Candy Museum and the store. The factory itself is closed because it's Saturday. But we're going to go inside and check out the Candy Museum and probably buy a lot of candy. And eligible for samples, folks. Sorry.
Here's my shirt. Orange, gumdrops, spice for trick or treat Halloween. That's right. I'm not. You're right.
She's right here.
I stop at the historic train station in Lillits to buy a ticket. As soon as this train pulls in, we'll get in and take off for Philadelphia. This town of Lillits is easy to fall in love with. It is quaint and has many historic old buildings. It's easy to live here and stay. Boots wanted to stay here forever. I found it very fascinating myself. It is restful, colorful, and it's right outside of Reading, Pennsylvania. So if you ever come this way, stop in and tour the old town of Lillits. This chocolate festival Didn't have much chocolate, but everything else was very interesting. My wife and I really enjoyed walking up and down the streets of Lillard's and looking at the restoration of many of these historic homes. We found it very interesting. Hello, I'm glad you could come to our chocolate festival. Frankly, I'm all chocolated out. I need to rest. See you later. My wife loves looking at restoration work in progress, and this house is certainly in progress.
Get that boom.
Oh, you missed it. Look at that. You do that. The doorknob. Close it, lock it inside.
Looks like our tour group has discovered something very interesting along the street on the corner. I think it's an ice cream shop. Well, they look like they're having a good time. Aha, the assistant producer is loading up on ice cream. Well, goodbye to Lillard's. Off we go.
Boots wants to move across the street. I told her she'll never see us again.
I thought I'd go ahead and put my new shoes on. They feel real good. I'm not much of a shopper, but I did enjoy shopping today. I did.
Here we are at Hershey Farms Restaurant, and this is the entree. I just hope I can handle it all. I'll check back after a while and I'll see what my next course is. Well, here I am starting on my second entree. This time it's chicken. I finished all the other stuff off. Here we are, dessert time. I just hope I can finish this off in about an hour. I can't wait to really start eating this. Sorry you aren't here. Well, I've eaten this piece right here. I hope I can finish this entire apple pie. I think I'm going to be kind of full for the next couple hours. Sorry you can't be here enjoying this meal with our tour. Hope I can eat it all.
Last night I sat at his table. He did not share his food. Now this time they put me at the other table, and look what I brought for my best, very bestest, newest friend.
There you go.
Dicky Poo. And I brought him a whole pie. Bring it on the bus. It'll make a great bingo prize.
Yeah, we'll look good to
Hey, Dick, it'll be, you want $1 or you want door number 2?
Well, I hope you enjoyed our tour. We had a wonderful time. If you didn't have a wonderful time, I hope you ate good, because that was one of our big objectives, was to make sure we ate well. So regardless of the scenery and the shows, the food was great. See you once again.